What's up, everybody? I'm Justin Maycat, and I'm here with my sister, Melissa McCack,
Hey, everybody.
and we are Room 51, podcast where we talk about all things board gaming. Today, we're joined by one of our social media extraordinaires. You've probably seen her on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Who knows? We do. Please welcome Sabrina Bressi.
Hi, everyone.
So today, we're doing a meet the team. So normally you get to see me, Melissa, and maybe it's different guests from some other content creation. Instead, what we're going to do is start introducing some of the people that help us out on the social media side of things, and or just in general contribute to Room 51 and making it what it is.
Yeah.
So,
And they
so
do a lot.
they do a ton. It's social media extraordinaire is an understatement. Uh, so, Sabrina, what got you into board gaming?
Well, it's really funny. This cool person named Melissa McCack. Wait, Macac.
No, I'm Maycat. I'm Maycat. She's
Hey,
Macaque.
bro.
Macac.
Melissa McCack. It's a brand,
Oof.
baby.
Oof,
Okay, she
that was a bad look.
got me to play. I think this Pandemic was the first one, I think,
Oh,
with
really?
you guys. I think so.
That's possible.
And um I'm an obsessive shopper, a compulsive buyer, and all those things.
No.
And yeah, it started out real small. I bought the Resistance at this local game store, the Strategist.
Yeah,
Strategist,
you got
I think.
another one too.
Yeah, I got Battle Kittens.
Falcons, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That-
Little card drafting game, yeah.
yeah, and then I also found Herbaceous somewhere on Amazon.
That was like your
Yeah.
first love for board game, right? Like a board game
And
you
it
owned.
was because it was like a different theme, this garden theme. I was like, man, they could make games for anyone. They could make it literally for whatever you care about, and you can play that game.
Yeah.
And that's what it just pulled me in then. And then I just started looking at all the Dice Tower videos, and I became obsessed with watching those and obsessed with buying them, and my collection quickly grew.
You could even play a game about birds.
I think I've heard about that. Real trendy this year.
I hope it has to do with the height of birds. I've never played it, but
The height of birds. I hope it's about the span of their feet.
yeah. This is so stupid. I'm sorry.
Don't say that. Don't.
I mean, ha ha ha. We make great jokes on you.
Oh
I
my
know.
goodness.
Melissa does. All right, awesome. So what is your main role in Room 51?
So it's bounced around a lot. Because
That's true.
Yeah, because we've been growing. So it started a little bit with just pictures and Instagram, and then it started with a little bit of tweets on Twitter. But right now, I'm mostly just doing the Facebook page, and then whatever pictures I take of games that we play.
So are you saying that we have a Facebook page?
Yeah, we do have a Facebook page. You wouldn't know it.
Hold on, this just in.
It is a Facebook page. We all work on it together, but I try to post a lot of content on it on behalf of Room 51, and it is called Room 51.
Nice,
So
nice.
if you go and and follow, that would be really great.
I think we post some really good stuff on our social media, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Exciting content, I agree.
I think we are doing a great bang up job of being like a startup. I think we're doing really good.
I think so too. It's kind of interesting how quickly we switch from just playing board games to playing board games and always having somebody be like, we have to take a picture, or oh my goodness, we forgot to take a picture, reset up the game. Things like
We
that.
forgot so many times.
It's
We're
harder
really
than you
bad at
think.
that.
Just believe it or not, sometimes when we play the game, we get like a little lost in the game and we forget about the picture.
Well, the other thing is, me and Justin, there's a reason why we have about 5 bajillion people working on our social media, because me and Justin, we don't know what we're doing when it comes to social media.
Not a
It's
clue.
horrible. We don't think take a picture of anything, let alone the game we're playing, right? We don't even take pictures of ourselves. A selfie? No, no, thank you.
Oh
Um,
my God, when we had to take like the hoodie photo for our giveaway,
oh, it,
that
it took us
already
about 3
passed.
years to do it.
Yeah, oh my, the amount of like thought that goes in it gets stressful actually sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
and then we'll have our sister Eileen like taking the photo, like, guys, just stand there and do don't do that, don't do that, stop,
Yes.
Justin, put the hoodie back on. Things like that.
But yeah, so Sabrina, and what's cool is we've now been starting very small. We just started doing unboxing videos, right? I think Sabrina, you gave me that idea to actually do unboxings,
Yes, because I really wanted I had this vision of mine for Instagram
and I
to
completely
make it
ruined it.
to make it a
Destroyed
very
it.
like to make it a platform to like really show the aesthetics of board games, to like really get in there with the camera and like take pictures of the components up close, like because you don't really see that on like publishers or board game geeks, like you don't see that out there. You see like really like these stock photos, bad quality, like you can't tell what the game looks like. So I really, that was like my image, because I love Instagram, to have like these really close encounters of these board games, so like people who want to purchase and want to play these games know what they look like. And that also translated to also doing unboxing videos, because then you someone can see this unboxing video and see what comes in the game and all the components and the quality and how pretty it is, because people love I love pretty games. Those are obviously better games.
Yeah, I think a lot of board gamers agree with that of the aesthetics matter. I mean, there's a reason why, like, for the Dice Tower Awards, best art is one of the awards. It's an important aspect of board games, I think, at least. Eh, I think art definitely adds to a game, and it can definitely hurt a game. Like, a game with really bad art, I think hurts it. For me, I'm not a huge fan of the cover art for Orleans, and I have less of a desire to pull that game from the shelf because of that cover art. I like the game. I would like to play it more, but yeah, I think that cover art's very okay, and I think it actually hurts it for getting to the table.
I think Orleans is an absolute beaut of a game. But Sabrina, for Facebook, what is your vision? Because you were talking about vision for what you wanted the pictures to be, how you wanted the unboxings to be, although I didn't do any of that. But what is your vision for like our Facebook page? What do you hope for it to come out of? You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, yes. I understand. This is why she does not run social media. So I really would love our Facebook page to really show the team a lot and be more personable. I think our Twitter and Instagram is very like stereotypical content creation. Like, here's some pictures of games, here's our podcast, like let us know
They're
what you
great.
think. And it's great.
Yeah.
But I really want like that community, because I think board gaming does that. And I think it's really important that we like can just sit around and play and talk about games for hours. So I really want that for our Facebook page.
All right, awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was actually talking to you very briefly about that, Sabrina, with uh, the idea of I think it's really cool to start building a community as we grow, and I would really like that as well, to really be able to interact with people that are listening to us, and to take the conversations we have and bring it to those that were also listening. And hopefully, we're asking something that might be at least somewhat thought provoking, and hopefully, these people want to talk about it more. And it'd be awesome if the Facebook can give them a really good space to do that. And I was even saying how possibly having a Discord, if we have a lot of people that really start listening, wanting to interact, as Discord provides a good way to do that as well. But yeah, it would be really cool if we can interact more with listeners and viewers over on our Facebook.
Yeah, I think I would love that from Facebook, for it to be the real like social part of our social media. where people can converse and talk about things, and then maybe we could even start up like a Room 51 group. That would be really cool.
That'd
But
be
for now,
awesome.
we've got our page, and it's dope, and it's cool, and it's run mainly by Sabrina. So thank you for that. But I think now we are time for our 3, 4, 3s. What? Just do you
Oh
have
my
the timer?
gosh.
Oh no, I don't.
Well,
Oh
while
dear.
he's picking that up, for those who do not know, our 3 for 3 is pretty much almost like a parody, but not really a parody. But it's built off of our 5 for 5s on our podcast, where we come up with uh, a top 5 list on some sort of random topic that I have here in my hand right now, um, in about just 5 minutes, and we do it quickly. We present it to all of you. Today, we're doing a 3 for 3 where we're going to come up with our top 3 list on a random topic, and we're going to do it in 3 minutes.
I'm
Here we go.
excited. We
I'm
I'm
haven't done a
nervous.
5 for 5 in a bit.
I'm very
We
nervous.
haven't. Yeah, Sabrina's never done this
Yeah.
before.
I was nervous for the first few because I really was scared of like blanking, just like I don't even have 2. Oh my goodness. It hasn't happened. I've had a few that I stretched the 5th one, but
Wow, that's a lot. I've never been nervous. I've been more excited. But
yeah, I've
I
been
don't know. I
nervous.
love it. It's almost like a real-time strategy game.
Oh no.
I feel like that was more anxiety provoking for her.
It's okay.
All
I can
right.
do
Well,
this.
good luck. I have the
All right.
utmost faith in you.
And I am ready with the timer. So once you're done reading that category,
All
bam,
right.
bam.
Here we go. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Okay, so our top 3 games that I guess we would suggest to people who like playing sports.
Started the timer. That is awesome.
Sorry, Sabrina. Oh, snap.
I'm not even looking at BGG for my first couple of them.
I already know, boy. I already know what you've got. I have a feeling we're going to have a mega crossover.
I think so. I think we're gonna have 2
Oh, hold on.
crossovers. I got a couple
Okay,
of
it's
easy
not going
picks.
as bad as I thought it was going to go.
Yeah, I
I just have to come up with the most solid of top 3s.
We're at 158, by the way.
Holy moly.
Oh my god, I have to like arrange them. Okay. So I think I just have to start ordering mine, like ranking them.
I think I'm going to get people mad at me for this list.
Really? Huh.
Yeah. It's funny. I like playing sports a lot, but like, I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I think I thought about it in a kind of specific way.
How much time?
1 minute left. Agreed. 5 seconds.
Shoot.
I was
I
born
feel like
ready.
I'm missing something.
No, I was born ready.
Time.
All right.
All right. So how are we deciding who to do this for?
All right, let's do it. Let's do rock, paper, scissors. We can all see each other.
Oh yeah, that's
I
right.
hate
Here
Oh
we
my
this.
go. Rock, paper, scissors, says shoot.
Oh.
Oh.
Rock, paper, scissors,
say shoot.
Sabrina
Oh,
got it.
Sabrina won. All right, Sabrina, who do you want to go
Uh,
second and then third? You'll go first.
Or you
Okay.
she could choose
No,
the
no,
order
no.
overall.
Oh, yeah,
I'll
just choose
go
order.
first. No. I want to hear your guys' first. So I think Justin, Melissa, me.
Okay.
All right. So I ordered it how much I would recommend this to people that like sports. I actually specifically
I
thought
didn't.
about it on like not even just somebody's asking me what game to buy. Very much was thinking like somebody who loves sports is at my house. What do I want to pull off the shelf? Right?
Yeah. But not just like sports, like playing sports. That's something I thought of as well.
Yeah, likes playing sports is how I thought of it as well.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's also how I ranked mine.
Okay. So my number 3, if I had more time, I don't think would be my number 3.
Mm.
I chose the 3 for different reasons, and my number 3 was chosen to pull the competitive nature out of people. So a game that really gets people competitive and amped up about the competition, the thrill of competition. That was like what I wanted for my number 3. And I didn't think about that till there was about 20 seconds on the clock, and I was scrolling through BGG because I couldn't think of one that really did it for me. So there's probably one that I couldn't remember, but I put TI4.
What?
You
Okay,
guys can't
enough.
see my
On to the next
face.
person.
No, come on, hear me out.
Oh my god.
All right, number
See,
1.
I did it in order of like from worst list to best list. So that's why you're going first.
Hold on, please. No.
So what you're saying is you only thought of 2 games and we will only accept those 2 answers.
No, hear me out, guys, please. So I don't know if either of you have ever, or any of our viewers have heard of Twilight Imperium 4th Edition. It's a really good kind of 4X that's a little wonky on the exploration. Space epic, right? It's a total space epic. And it's awesome. Has nothing to do with sports though, and I agree. And I know this is, and that's why it's my number 3, but I just want to say I think that people that are very competitive and wanting to win in TI4, there's a lot of other elements that make TI4 a great game, and that I'm telling you, there's a better game for this pick, but I really wanted it to be a game that brings out the thrill of competition, and the only one that came to mind in that last 20 seconds was TI4. I had other picks that would have made sense that didn't make my list, but this one hit that thrill of competition for me. I don't fully stand by TI4, but I wanted a pick that really brings out the thrill of competition, so I chose TI4. There's this particular game that didn't hit my list that I should be kicking myself. Don't worry. Just Melissa down.
I love how you immediately were like, forget it. My list sucks.
I almost want to say the game that didn't hit my list, but I'm going to wait to hear if actually only Melissa would say. I want to wait to hear if Melissa says it, then I'll let you know.
All right. Well, my number 3, I all of a sudden feel much better about my list. I wanted to put a dexterity game on the list because it has to deal with that like physical skill, right?
Yeah.
Of playing sports. And I wound up going with Ice Cool because it's got those jump tricks that you could do. It's also just kind of light, fun, and wacky. And I feel like pretty much anybody we play with has liked the game. I think that if you like playing sports, you would like, I feel like you would bring that intensity, that competition into the game, which would probably bring the intensity level up in the game because at the end of the day, it's really fun to play with kids, but it's also fun to play with adults or other gamers and whatnot. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it was specifically the jump tricks that you could do in the game that really put it onto the list for me. So that's my number 3, Ice Cool.
I love going for those jump tricks.
Yeah. It almost feels like an air hockey thing a little bit in a way.
Yeah. That's a good pick.
That was a respectable pick.
If I could turn back time.
So for my number 3, I put Downforce.
Nice.
Okay.
That could have been mine for the thrill of competition.
I'm really surprised you didn't put this on.
That's why I thought you were making a real dumb decision over there.
I thought Downforce and forgot it. I'm sorry.
Anyways, well, because the theme is like intertwined with like Formula One, which is like a sport.
Yeah,
and
no,
like,
that's a good pick.
Yeah, and the bidding, it's really easy to introduce people to. It's not my favorite game. Justin likes to, cram it down our throats a lot. It's a good game. It is a good game.
I never mentioned this game.
Lies.
Everybody's like, what do you want to play? I'm like, I'm good for whatever.
It's a really good game. It's got racing in it, which I feel like is very sportsman-like, and even the auction is like the business part of like sports. Like, it's kind of looser, I thought, but it was a tough list. So that's why it's my number 3.
Another respectable pick.
Yeah, no, that's actually the one that I probably would replace with TI4. I agree with that. I agree with that. brings out that sense of competition, and the betting is really nice, and that it does that really competitive and also really like sneaky. Because you might think somebody's betting for one person and they should. I like that pick a lot, so that's my honor, and that's why it's my honorary number 3. All
Yeah.
right, so my number 2 is actually crossover with what Melissa said, ice school, so I won't talk too
Wow.
much about it. But I do think I agree with you. I wanted a dexterity game. I knew that I wanted that. That was my number 2 thing. I wanted a dexterity game. Because a lot of popular sports are heavily dexterity. Like it's a very major part of them, and really like training though to get really good and be really perfect and be really clutch. Uh, and that's what I think is really good about ice school for showing somebody that likes sports. You can notice yourself getting better at the flicking and even start to consistently making your jump shot. I mean, I haven't done it, but I do believe people can consistently start making their jump shots and getting to the point even where it's like, no, I don't miss going through a door. Like 99% of the time, if I want to get through that door, I get through that door. Like, yeah. So, and it brings out a light, fun, competitive nature in people also. So, yeah, my number 2, ice school.
All right. There we go. Dig it. My number 2 game. So I wanted to bring a game that had the team versus team. You need communication in order to win. You need to support each other in order to win. And it's got that real time strategy, that quick thinking that you need in sports. My number 2 pick is Captain Sonar. Um, I just think that, like I said, just the teamwork that is necessary in order to win. Not all sports have that. There are sports that are just versus one or whatever it might be, but a lot of them have that team play in it. And I think that the real time nature of this game brings out that adrenaline that sports could bring. So that's my number 2 pick, Captain Sonar.
Definitely respect that one.
That was good. I feel like me and Melissa are like on the same wavelength
Woo!
because my number 2, I was thinking about themes teams when I picked this one. It's a cooperative game, and you guys are working together. And I don't even know how to describe it. The game's Quirky Circuits. um,
Mm.
it's you have to try to like move this robot around and complete goals, but you're playing cards to direct the robot, kind of like the mind. Everyone's doing it face down, and you have no idea which direction the robot's going, but you're trying to collectively get it to the same spot to achieve these goals. And it was loosely tied to sports because of the team aspect, and that's why I picked it. And I also think it's really fun.
Yeah, I can actually see like sports teams. I don't see them ever actually doing this, but I could see a sports team, maybe somebody would actually start to use some board games for team building exercises. And I don't know if they would use quirky circuits, but a game like quirky circuits, I think it's a nice team building exercise. Yeah, I like that pick.
I don't approve of this pick. I have not played the game.
Right, that's right. Well, it's actually kind of funny though. So Sabrina, you were saying that you and Melissa are on the same wavelength, and I'm just out here doing nothing.
Yeah, pretty
But
much, bro.
my number 1 now is a second crossover with Melissa, so I think
Oh,
we're on a little bit more of a wavelength. That's all I'm
all
saying.
right. You kind of made it up.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, my number 1, I want to go for the team versus team thing also because a lot of sports are team sports, not all of them, but a lot of them are. So I also went with Captain Sonar, and I think it's perfect. High adrenaline, and I grew up playing baseball. I'm sure a lot of people find baseball boring. The reality is, even though 80% of the time you're doing nothing in baseball, uh, when I would be at like shortstop or second base, I'd be pooping my pants thinking like, oh my God, what the ball that's hit towards me? Like that was high adrenaline, just the possibility that the ball might get hit towards me. So I find sports to overall be high adrenaline, and I think teamwork should always be important in a lot of sports. So I thought Captain Sonar is just the number 1 game to show people that like sports. I feel like it's a great transition, like from sports to board gaming. So yeah, my number 1, Captain Sonar.
All right. Well, my number 1. I went for theming of the game. And actually, Justin, I'm really surprised it didn't make your list. You were
I know
just
which one it
talking
is.
about baseball, and I thought for sure this would be a crossover. My number one is Baseball Highlights 2045. Wait, it's 2045, right?
2045. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
It should have made my list. TI4 was nothing but a blunder.
You had a lot. Anyways, yeah, baseball highlights. I think that it's this cool little card drafting game, and it really brings out that baseball feel where you're moving these pawns around the bases. And I think that it's actually a lot easier to teach this game to somebody who knows baseball. Because if you don't know baseball, then we also have to teach you baseball rules in terms of like what's a home run and what's a double and all these things, right? So, but it brings that theme out, even though it's playing with robots and cyborgs. First of all, that would be so cool to watch robots and cyborgs and humans playing baseball at the same time together. What? But I think if you are a fan of baseball, I think you'll be a fan of baseball highlights. 2045. That's my number one.
I absolutely agree. But
Yeah. What?
what
Oh
if?
God.
So you said people that like sports.
Yeah.
There's a ton of sports. You don't necessarily like baseball.
I said if you like baseball, not it.
But so it's your number one, even though
Yeah.
it's reliant on you liking this one sport. That, by the
Correct.
way, I mean Yankee Nation.
Justin,
We just
you're
lost
not
so
allowed
many
to talk.
people.
You're not allowed to talk because of
Come on,
your
come on.
list.
All right, leave it in the comments. Who's more wrong, me or Melissa?
It's definitely Justin. We don't even. I'll delete any comment that says
Yeah,
otherwise.
I'm just gonna disable the comments for this video because I know who's wrong.
Okie dokie. My number one is a crossover with both of you.
No
I
way.
think I know which one it is.
Oh, it's gotta be. It's
It's
gotta be ice cool.
It has to be.
It is ice cool.
If it
For
was
all the
Taps and
reasons.
Sonar, I would have
No.
left. I would have left if it was Taps. The amount of times
Yeah.
you've said no to playing Taps and Sonar, I would have left if it was your number one.
So all the things you said, like I wanted a dexterity game. And like when we play, we're always like standing up, like moving around the table. It's a very like active game. And since I did a crossover, I'm gonna mention my honorary mention, which was Tokyo Highway. I didn't want to put
Huh.
two dexterity games though,
Right.
so I picked the one that was like more closer to sports. But I also feel like trying to manipulate and like balance little things is like cool. I like Tokyo Highway a lot.
Yeah, maybe you're like a gymnast or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
This will help
Maybe.
with your training.
I could see Tokyo Highway for that. I like that. But yeah, no, and Ice School is obviously a fantastic pick.
All right. Well, thank you, Sabrina, for joining us here today. I'm sure you had tons of fun.
Thank you for having
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I was so excited.
Oh, really? Good. We were excited. I was excited anyway.
Eh,
Yeah, I honestly take it or leave it.
We've been apart too long for this quarantine.
yeah.
Okay. Well, this has been Meet the Team. Thank you so much for listening or watching. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Melissa McCack or our Facebook page called Room 51. Let us know what you think. What would you have picked for this top 3 for 3? Yes.
Nailed
You've
it.
been thanks, brah. You've been listening to / watching Room 51.
Bye.
Bye.